Hey guys, welcome to another episode of MIA with Damini. Get a pen, grab a notepad, and happy learning. Hey guys, um, so I was on a Twitter space recently, right? So I don't know if I was on or I was in a Twitter space. I don't know what the right grammar is here, but you shall get my drift. I was part of a Twitter space conversation, right? And one of the, if not the main topic, one of the topics that I met them discussing was how do you tackle pricing as a small business, right? So when the conversation of, oh, we need to increase our price comes up with your customers or potential customers, how do you normally tackle that problem? Um, and then, I said a few things there that I decided to then make a podcast episode around and then share those things here and then expand on a few ideas that I mentioned there. So that way there's something that everybody can listen to, even if they were not part of that Twitter space, which I'm sure you are not part of, right? So how do you want to tackle pricing as a small business? How do you want to tell your customers or tell your future customers that prices have gone up, or which is normal. So for me, one of the major things that I've noticed is logistics. Cost of delivery, cost of supply has gone up, right? If you are in if you're doing business in Nigeria or in certain parts of Africa, you would have forex problems or forex issues where and I'll pick Nigeria as an example. So I would buy dollar at 670 naira today, and then I would need to buy dollar maybe in 3 days time, and dollar will be 690. It's a very common thing. And the way it works in this part of the world, once dollar goes up, it never comes down. Once dollar and pound go up, they don't come down. That's typically how it works, right? Um, so if you have all those problems, you you can absorb it as the business, as the owner of the business or the business manager. You can absorb it, but in the long run, in the long term, if you want to stay profitable and if you want to stay in business, you need to find a way to pass this cost down to the customer or split it, right? And that's what today's episode is about. How do you have that conversation with your customer? How do you make them aware? How do you not, tell them that, oh, we're increasing our prices, and pursue them? That's what we're talking about today. And I've broken it down into easy to do steps, like I normally do, right? Because I'm a nice guy. And the first thing is you should be having constant conversation with your customers. So one thing that social media does is it helps you create an engagement channel with your customers, right? So use your social media. Don't, I think I've said this in earlier episodes, don't be that person that posts once a week or 2, 3 times a week, right? Always have those conversations daily. The cost of eggs have gone up. Let your customers know that. I went to the market today. You will not believe that crate of egg that was 2 naira is now 12 naira. Hey, God, oh, this might affect our prices. Ha, Jesus, or something. Again, try and be human and find a way to communicate, right? Using social media. You don't necessarily even have to do a video. You can do a creative. You can do a graphic design. You can literally show them dollar as of Monday, dollar as of Friday, that kind of thing. And because they themselves live in this country, they would understand what you are going through, right? Always have constant conversation with them, constant communication, so they don't enter your DMs or go to your website and then just automatically see that you've increased price, right? You can go a step further and have a explainer explainer page. If you have an e-commerce site, this would help. You have an explainer page as to why certain things have gone up, cost of transportation, cost of logistics, cost of supply, cost of products, cost of raw materials, cost of forex, so many things. You can have a one-pager explainer that just tells them this is what has caused the increase in price, right? Then there's email marketing, right? So I feel like as a small business, you should be sending at least one email to your customers per day, per week, per week or per month, depending on the kind of products or service you offer. But minimum, if you are in the fashion business, it should be per week, at least one per week. And it's easier said than done because most small businesses are maximum maybe like three people, 3-man show, that kind of thing. So to find someone that is having those constant conversations or creating those copies, things like that, can be tricky. And that's where outsourcing comes in. That's where you need to pick up people that are better at this than you are. Those kind of things. Um, so yeah, email marketing plays a huge role when you're increasing prices. Send out an email. The one thing that GIG Logistics and DHL do a lot is whenever there's an update, whether it's a price update, whether it's a new hub or new office address, they always send an email. I literally get an email from all the logistics guys that I use at least once a month. So you as a business, why are you not sending emails? You should be sending you as a business, why are you not sending emails? You should be sending emails as well. So yeah, that drives the whole constant communication bit. The second one is you want to have like an open costing um, explainer or something. So open costing would be you literally show them the cost of your raw materials. You literally show them the breakdown of the cost. You literally show them the cost for labor, the cost of transportation. So, it's like the A to Z of your business, basically. The only problem with this is you would have to show them your profit margins. And human beings, you can be a bit tricky because you will definitely see someone that will ask, why is your profit margin high? Or why is your cost of labor so high? Not knowing that this is a business. Like, as much as they are collecting salary, you need to pay salary. So you need to pay yourself a salary. You need to pay people that work for you a salary, and you need to have enough money in the bank to keep the business running. So this open costing one is a bit tricky. A lot of people don't like it. I don't blame them. So there's that. And then there's upselling and cross selling. So upselling is, you know, being able to provide the same product or the same service in a higher volume, right? So you're upselling or you're adding something that is relevant to that product, right? So for example, I buy one item for 100 naira, but I can buy three items for 240, something like that, right? Um, or you buy one these t-shirts for 20 naira, the shorts is 20 naira. But if you buy it as a set, you buy it for 32 naira, something like that. So that'll be upselling. Cross selling is, selling something opposite. So maybe if you buy this bottle of water, it will come with a chin chin, bag of chin chin, or maybe gala or something like that. So you want to do that, right? And then you want to, when you are talking to potential customers, when they come and meet you, that, oh, I want to buy this, you can then offer them those cross-selling offers or upselling offers that, oh, if you're able to buy three of these instead of just one, we'll give you one more for free, right? That kind of thing. That's a good way to get the consumer engaged. And then they ask you that, why can't I just buy one for that price? You will then begin to explain to them how the cost of ABCD has affected the cost price of just one. However, it makes more sense if you buy in volume. That way you're able to charge a better discount or a better price for them, right? So these things help you even have that constant communication and conversation I was talking about earlier with your customer. It also helps you. Um, the last but not least is, product development. So with product development, you are literally introducing a new product. You are literally, most of the time, you are modifying an existing product. So with product development, you are modifying an existing product. So you are modifying it to fit either the price that is acceptable to the market, or introduce a new price that is acceptable to the market. So let me explain. Let me use examples. So I'll use Coke and I'll use bread. So for Coke, Coke now has a smaller bottle. I think it's like 33 or 35 cl. Now that the cost price of that smaller bottle is about 100 naira or 120, right? They then also have a 150 cl. No, they have a 50 cl. I think it's 50 cl or 60 cl. They have a 50 cl or 60 cl bottle that is the cost price of 150 naira, depending on where you are, 150 naira, right? So there's the 33, 35 cl bottle that's 100 to 120 that has maintained that cost price that we are used to. And then because of inflation, all those funny things, they then also introduced a 150, a 50 cl bottle at 150 naira. That way, if you want more Coke, you spend more money. It's just as simple as that. And then my my favorite example is bread. So before, 100 naira bread was this big, right? 100 naira bread was able to fill you up, so to speak. However, now cost of yeast, cost of sugar, cost of flour has gone up, or cost of baking powder, all these things have all gone up. So the cost of bread has become more expensive. Producing bread is now more expensive. So that 100 naira bread, right? What they did is they made it smaller, but they then introduced a new price point. So they now introduced 150 naira bread, which is even bigger than the previous 100 naira bread. So now when you're talking to your customers and you want to sell bread to them, if they say that, oh, we have 100 naira, because they themselves, they will feel inflation in their pockets. We have 100 naira, okay, no problem. We have this our 100 naira bread. It is smaller, but at least it is still 100 naira. So you are still able to um, eat bread. What you can do is you can then offer them a cross sell or an upsell, preferably a cross seller. Okay, you know what? If you buy this bread for 100 naira, I can sell you maybe a bottle of Coke for 100 naira instead of 120. So you are selling the bread and the Coke as a combo pack to them. So that is where your upselling, cross selling can come to play. Um, what you've then done is, okay, you don't want to buy this 100 naira bread because it's too small. We have created this new product, the 150 naira bread. You can use that, you can buy that instead, and it's even bigger than the previous 100 naira, but it's more expensive, but it's bigger. So instead of you eating it for maybe breakfast, you can eat it as breakfast and lunch. So you see, it's a win-win. So that's one way you can also tackle this issue of increasing costs, how to navigate around it with your customers and things like that, right? Um, for me, it's probably your best option, but it's most likely it is obviously the most expensive option, because that way you are going to spend money on research and development, you're going to spend money in introducing a new product, you are spending more money to create something that is bigger, whether we like it or not. And on the flip side, if you are creating the same thing but you are reducing the size, you're even running at a risk, because people will be like, oh, this is too small, I don't want this, right? So there are all those things that come into play that you will need to answer as a business. But it's still the best option out of all of them, because you're able to satisfy a customer need, which is the whole point of being in business. You are in business to only satisfy a customer need, nothing more, nothing less, right? So that's typically how I'll tackle these problems. That's typically how I would, be on top of price increase with my customers. Obviously, first want to have constant communication with them, always be in their faces, always have that conversation, have an open channel with them as much as possible. Social media is a good tool for this, as you are uploading images, uploading videos, uploading all the wonderful things, wonderful content on your social media, and they are commenting on it. Be that person that replies those comments as well. Um, if you want to do the open costing method, it's tricky, but businesses do it and it works. It works for them. Um, it works for them. You can try it. Upselling and cross selling, I think your business should already have this, right? If you're looking to expand and increase revenue, increase lifetime value, your business should have this. If you're looking to grow your business, grow revenue, all these amazing things, your business should have cross selling and upselling opportunities already. um Product development, my own personal best option. um it's And again, with businesses, you should always be researching new things, right? So you should always be doing research and development in your business that then factor into you making future decisions as to what product to introduce into your business portfolio, into your product portfolio, things like that. So this is one way that would also help you as well. I think I mentioned it earlier. Email marketing is not fun. It's not fun, I agree, but it is very, very important and it helps, right? So these are the ways that I will be able to, first of all, communicate to my customers that price of my products or services is increasing. And the same way, how would I tackle it? How would I tackle the whole pricing issue that's happening right now? Everybody's feeling one one sort of inflation or one sort of price hike or the other, whether as a customer or as a business owner. And as business owners, we are somebody else's customer. So these would I call them strategies or tactics? These methods, let's call them that. These methods work for any and every business. So I hope you're able to, find something useful and use it in your business today. All right, take it easy, guys. So it's a wrap. That's about it for today. So you'll be hearing from me in another episode, I guess. But don't forget to share this with your friends, your family, people that have businesses, and that will find this type of content useful. So yeah, you'll be hearing from me soon.